The business world of the 21st century medical practice is fast-paced and challenging, with constant pressure to improve the quality of care and yet reduce costs. The federal government, insurance companies, and the patients themselves are demanding ever greater accountability, and the old way of paper charting is no longer adequate. To meet these needs, physicians have turned to technology. To date, more than 10,000 practitioners in all 50 states have adopted the electronic medical record keeping and practice management solution from eClinicalWorks. OnePoint brings this technology to local practitioners. For some area doctors, the switch from paper to electronic couldn't have come soon enough.
We got tired of transcribing everything. We got tired of looking for charts. We got tired of not finding things that we needed. And we looked for a better way to have the medical information accessible.
Dr. Jim Rice got the idea 3 years ago to go with electronic medical records, or EMR, to try and simplify things for his staff. He runs a small family practice in Mount Vernon, Indiana, and says EMR is the future of the industry.
It's going to be everywhere. You're going to see EMR everywhere. Hospitals are going computerized. You're just not going to be able to find paper charts anymore.
Dr. Christine Schaefer recently joined Integrity Family Physicians in Evansville. During her residency, she started out using the old method of paper record keeping before switching to EMR. She says she can't imagine going back to paper. The benefits for herself and colleague Dr. Tricia Baird were almost instantaneous.
We used to have stacks of charts on our desks. Now we're a year out. We have 3 less employees because we don't have anybody doing dictations or running charts. Our old 10 by 20 foot medical records room is our new larger break room for the employees.
Today, the art and science of medicine is practiced within information-driven environments. Most of the information in a clinical setting is based on detailed patient records and related information. Getting rid of bulky paper records is a clear benefit of EMR, but efficiency is the real key. Jerry Blanton is the administrator of Orthopedic Associates in Evansville, a large practice where efficiency is the bottom line.
In terms of turnaround on paperwork that comes into the office, 2 or 3 days faster. If you look at a lab work that comes in that needs to be reviewed, it's reviewed within hours instead of within days. And that's a pretty good example across the board.
We're probably 75% more efficient. In terms of the completeness, we're 100% more complete because the information is there.
They're going to look at their schedule and they're going to go, oh my gosh, it's 3:30 and I'm done. And they're going to yell out to the front desk or their administrator, we need to add 3 more patients for tomorrow, 4 more patients. Or that's the time when they get to look back and say, I think I'll go home early.
Lisa Werner has been a registered nurse for 25 years. She is an eClinicalWorks certified trainer and is the director of training and customer support for OnePoint. As a practicing nurse, Lisa understands the difficulties that practitioners face daily in running their offices. She understands both the clinical needs and the business needs of a busy medical practice. As an expert in EMR, she understands how good practice management paired with EMR results in not only great improvements in efficiency for the office, but also gives the practitioner more income and more personal time as well.
You can put in more patients, you could potentially make more money, or you can go home and be with those children, family, grandkids. The decision is theirs.
It just actually made my life easier. Instead of me having to sit in the clinic until 6:30, I was in and out, 9 to 5. By 5 o'clock I was done, all my charts were done.
In the past, EMR systems were too expensive and hard to implement for the average provider. Paper charts were just fine and the practice of medicine was much simpler. But times have changed. Now the emphasis is on documentation, controlling costs, and increasing efficiency. In order to run a profitable practice today and help protect the provider from litigation, offices have had to adopt good practice management and fully detailed documentation of patient care. To meet these needs, providers are implementing EMR systems, but with many choices available, choosing the right solution for your practice can be challenging. Here are a few reasons why area practices are choosing OnePoint and award-winning eClinicalWorks to take care of their needs.
There's a lot of national companies who would work over the internet with us, but we'd have to provide our own IT person. So the combination of this, where you have both, worked out just well.
They all slice bread. They really do. And that's the honesty. Every single one of those programs can slice the bread. I like to think we deliver it with butter on top.
We had several criteria that we looked at. One was we wanted local presence, local representation at a minimum. Another was it had to be a product that was supported nationally, so that if that local presence went away, we'd be comfortable with the support that we would continue to receive. OnePoint gave us both of those things.
In fact, OnePoint is the only local EMR vendor in this market. And for OnePoint's customers, being local, affordable, and available makes all the difference.
Anytime there's a new employee, they've been pretty eager to come out and help with that training. Periodically through the year, they've had both training both for myself and for the staff in terms of refreshing. We've had a couple meetings with some of the other physicians in the Evansville area just to sit down and look at what is new.
With each office, with every exposure to every physician, provider, personality, with that exposure we learn something, and we're able to apply it towards the next office or towards the next clinic. And I don't think that every company is willing to share that knowledge. And I know there's no one locally able to do that.
They are very good at teaching you and showing you how to use the computer. It's not hard to learn.
Rita Skelton has been the nursing supervisor at Orthopedic Associates for the past 10 years. Up until last year, her entire career centered around paper charts and records. The thought of changing the way she had always done her work was daunting, but she says the hands-on training OnePoint gave her made learning eClinical works simple.
It was one of the easiest things we could have ever done.
They were all ecstatic. They loved it. And they knew that it would be difficult to transition, completely change their daily activities. But within a matter of weeks, they were all very happy.
It doesn't take much. Even I can do it.
They can give it 6 weeks, and I mean every day 6 weeks, that week 7, they're going to look back and go, how did I do it any other way?
Within a few months, most people have at least a functional comfort level day to day, and within 6 months, you're using the same time frame and flow to get your work done as you were before. You usually end up seeing another 2 to 5 patients a day.
The end result is you have more time, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it.
I'm Steve Rudolph, president of OnePoint. I want to thank you very much for taking the few minutes of your time to learn about practice management, electronic medical records keeping, the eClinical Works software, and the OnePoint solution. The opportunity that each physician has to install this software has never been greater. It's a proven technology that more and more physicians are using in their own practices to reduce their workload, to increase their time and freedom, and to increase their profits in their individual practice. We appreciate the opportunity to speak with you further on this and look forward to meeting you. Thank you.